First of all, I want to make it emphatically clear that I'm not a fan of Very Dark Man. I'm not a fan. But hold on, I want to share something with you people.
Three Nigerians have been arrested by the Ghana police. This is because they were caught stealing cars, like vehicles in Ghana. Guys, this and more I'm about to show you is definitely going to be the reason, or most of the reason, why Ghanaians are kicking against Nigerians in Ghana. Guys, since ever the influx, there's so much influx of Nigeria in Ghana, a lot of crimes, incessant, endless crimes have been going on in Ghana. I'm not mixing words, but before we break it down further, I want us to take a clear look of evidence, video evidence of what is up about this whole trending issue between Ghana and Nigeria, as well as other meaningful Nigerian and Ghanaian opinion based on this issue, and we will be right back.
Yezusa emrantie won Nigeria for na obehye asantemamu no. Kuro no opake car na obewia e de akosese ya. Ema enra kra studio ha, ye news editor ebaye, ema wo kyerɛkyerɛ ensɛm no mu ye ekwase. Yakwache emrantie miensen ema sisi ai no, de wo mo ekode ye bebo mu asan akyerɛ mu. Enam sɛ enra want to me ensit de besan akomu ebiem. Emrantie miensen sisi ai no, Ashanti Regional Police Command no, wonsa aka wonum no. One edia yensa eka ye Francis Friday, Minals Agazia, ana Lucille Ekansi. Sa enipa miensen, wamo ekwo ka kronobo, na opaki ka na yebewia, enti wawia nkrofo cars, ama nkrofo so akoye report ahodro, ewo police stations, ewo asantemanu emu. Na eno, ana yenya won eche won, enti, ena nui ena wade won ekoko jina police court wade won ekoye no wabo wokwadu ni nyina no na Lucille Ekansi ono de waje to mu se odifo e wasam no ehun waje to mu se odifo pe ena atasema so court no circuit court no wade no eto mu emfiedu 10 years no de man na Francis Friday ene Lenos de wose woni ho efo eno achi no ena 23 July afia emu wasan adwon ekoya fedie okwaje to mu se odifo etna wasan ema won mu 8 years etimienu na won aka kyerɛ ne ma won 8 years ena de odi kan na ne 10 years no odamu no yasan de 8 years eka no ho ebiem afi yasan de won ekɔ court biemu eno eye circuit court 3 23 July Osakwaka ensem ni nyina na okodi ensem no na won asa kwakodi efo biemu eno ne ye ka hofro osakoko wiaye eno judge no essential 20 years egu won nyina wotiri so enti sa wo hwe na wo kyeche wonum efie no mu a ebi mo be kwa tra emfie adu asakora ene ekire ena sisi ya yesa akakrata yi a asante mental post sadom no wo mo ede abre yese ye de ebeda won no won ana wodi odwuma de baby akoti enso aka amano akodru enie ensam ne de ebi akeka ho pa na mre ekwa anim no ebe wubu ni nyina ede amayen.
My attention has been drawn to a self-styled blogger who goes by the name what? Destiny Austin what? Omon. Has chosen to launch an attack against this platform simply because Kweku Annan has broadened the scope or narrowed the lens on the activities of Nigerians here in Ghana. Now, that's the guy there. He's called Destiny. I don't know whether it's Destiny or Destin, but let's use Destiny Austin Omon. This guy, he want to attack this platform until some who say, oh, sana owufia wabeto airtime or your program. This guy, and he's taking this platform on. Say, Adenti, Ena, Nigerian for some we are broadening it against all Nigerians, and that why wouldn't we rather go after this whatever guy? No, oh, did me poto in a program minita na mabwa mamweti. This human being, this it's. Interestingly enough, he claims that most of his issues point to politicians being behind my work. He even referenced 2021, suggesting that the expose I carried out on Nigerians, on 2 TV in Ghana was not an independent journalism, but rather part of some grand agenda by Kweku Annan. Afi ome coming in here. Sa asem na okwa abonte no o say anyo 2021 me expose am here on Nigerians ho no e won na two no politicians and the best sponsor MPP party and the best sponsor because MPP for only Nigerians into the best sponsor sa expose no. Now he went on to say anyo eba san wo mu Nigerians ni chase me out. Emma say expose no certify we mo say dey. How funny, laughable, and utterly mockery. This is why Mr. Destiny Austin, come on, can you even see yourself in the mirror of your own what narrative? Me, Kwekwanan, I ran away. Me. That's why I'm inviting. And look, until my attention has been drawn, say, just at my right, that's your what? That's your drop here, your backdrop here. And I'm inviting you, come before I close. I have some few minutes to spend. Here before I close, I want Ghanaians to know, including your Nigerian community, to know men are talking, men are ready. So I'm inviting you. Don't go on your social media. Come here, raw. Let the Ghanaian and the global world see what we have to do. I'm inviting you. I'm still waiting, and I've looked through, and I've told them, yeah, that's his program. The pigeon, whatever, you animal. And I'm surprised. The management will ask you to be doing this, but that's up to the management. That one is not. It's not my area. That's his program. And in your program, we know pigeon. What kind of pigeon is that? And what kind of lessons is this guy giving to our young, girls and boys? But that's up to management. You, this guy, alluded to the fact that Kweku Annan was chased by Nigerians in this country called Ghana, and that Kweku Annan ran away. Did you say that? Wow. You know what, Destiny? I have some form of respect perhaps for you, for whatever it is. But you know what? Ever since people began sharing some of your videos and so forth, let me say, no, this guy is not a normal being. You need a psychiatric observation. And you know what? Kweku sitting here was chased by Nigerians in 2021 when I was doing the expose. Like seriously? Nigerians, not in Nigeria, but here in Ghana, in my own country, Kweku Annan ran away, being chased by Nigerians. I was doing the show there at the darkest of the night. Same here as I'm doing it in the night. And I ran away. But you know what I'm going to do for you? I am charging you for you to come on your program, either here on your program or on your social media. Go there, gather all the evidence. How the Nigerian community here chased me out. And I ran either from my studios or from whatever, I don't know. I dare you, Destiny, to provide your evidence that Nigerians ever chased Kweku Annan out of my studios or out of my bedroom or anywhere at all. Can you show that evidence to your viewers and listeners? And I dare you to do it. And if you fail, then I will simply tell your viewers and listeners that you, Destiny, you are not credible and good for nothing. Simple. That's what I'm going to tell them. Because in the coming days, I am going to watch you. I've asked guys to watch you. Monitor your social media programs. But Ghanaians don't know, including my management here, do not know. If you are the one behind trying to work your way out, then you failed. Okay? Listen to me. If you are the one behind certain things I don't want to talk about, then I'm sorry, you failed. But if they know you well, how evil you are, and how you hate Ghanaians, if they know, including them, those people here, that they believe that you are like their colleagues, if they know how you hate Ghanaians, they would have backed off long ago. You are simply evil. You are evil, an animal. Look at your face. So ugly enough. Ape. And monkey is more better than you and that face there. But like I'm saying, gather your evidence. Come and show the evidence to your followers. How Nigerians chased me out of my studio. That's why I'm saying, no, I'm not going to go too far. I'm here, having close. I'm expecting you being the man. Walk here. I swear to God, you will ever miss the day your mother gave birth to you.
Nah, guys, man. That's a small Ghana. I did in the biggest place. I better show them this side.
My far place.
Now, Paul, please, if you can do it like this for Nigeria, for bush like this, I will give you 500. Do it like this. See, I'm not going to talk because life is that. So if you in Nigeria, they say small Ghana, small Ghana. Look at how bush full everywhere. Light it inside this pole. I don't go fit touch am. You see? They claim Nigeria, Nigeria, small Ghana. See? What did they see now? I don't go fit touch this pole. See, I don't go fit touch am.
My pool will be this so.
What they say Nigeria, Ghana, a small country.
First of all, I want to make it emphatically clear that I'm not a fan of Very Dark Man. I'm not a fan. But hold on, I want to share something with you people. I'm not a fan of this guy. And it's not like he did anything wrong. Probably it's kind of like a misconception. But let me start by saying that the reason I'm not such a fan is not on grounds that he dresses somehow like a cultist. No, because you've got to look beyond the facts. You've got to look beyond the looks of a person to understand what actually comes from that person's mindset. You know, the reason I'm not a fan of his outworks or outflow is that he fights for Nigerians. And hold on, I'm going to make this very emphatic. Fighting for Nigerians means doing the wrong thing. This is something Very Dark Man is beginning to understand. You know, I used to say it for a very long time. You cannot fight for Nigerians. You can't fight for bad people. Fighting for bad people means you're fighting good things. You're fighting against good things. Nigerians in their entirety are very bad people. I'm a Nigerian. I know what I'm talking about. Nobody can debate me on this. None of them. If I want to be fair, I would probably say majority of Nigerians, but I like to include everyone, including myself. Because the ones you think are not bad is also the fact that there is no chance yet. But when opportunity presents itself, they will show you they are Nigerians. I am a bad person. But the situation is, the difference between I and you is that I understand I'm a bad person. And that is the first step to salvation. But most Nigerians will tell you, come on, there are good people in Nigeria. So going back to what I'm trying to say, Very Dark Man made the mistake. He's been making the mistake of fighting for Nigerians. And that's why they keep on funding him. Nigerians are very good at wanting you to fight for them. You know what? The reason they want you to fight for them is such that while they do things that are wrong, and then the consequences begin to come back to them, they now suit for that person that is bold and brave and courageous enough to fight for them. That's why a number of people are rooting for P2B. They are rooting for Very Dark Man. They're even giving him the impression, oh, Very Dark Man, you should contest for the presidency. It's not like they love the man. The evidence of showing that you love a person is not by supporting that person. It's not monetary support. It's by emulating and becoming that person. Understanding the person's mindset. This is something Nigerians will never become when it comes to Very Dark Man. They want him to fight for them. Listen. So fighting for Nigerians, it doesn't matter against who. You can't fight for Nigerians against their politicians because they gave rise to those politicians. This is something Very Dark Man understands. Allow the consequences of their actions to come on them so that they can understand their actions. That is the gospel truth. That's just the gospel truth. So when you're fighting and these people think you're their hero, the truth is that you're fighting against the good things. You're fighting karma. One thing that Nigerians should be done to, one thing that Nigerians really deserve, the best you can do for Nigerians, let me put it this way, is to teach them how to live. And this is exactly what we're saying. This is exactly why we opened this content. That's why we opened our pages, to speak to Nigerians and to live by example, using our lives to give examples. Do you understand the situation? Yes. Such that they will not tell you that they were not informed. I'm telling you the truth. So that's, by the way, I wasn't a fan. I'm not a fan of Very Dark Man until he said this thing. There was this particular video Very Dark Man got disappointed in his lawyer. Obviously, it's inevitable. And got disappointed in a number of Nigerians. Why? Because they were making statements that all these fights Very Dark Man is running, if he dies, Nigeria will continue without him. So there was something that made me love Very Dark Man, irrespective of the fact that I'm not a fan. Because that thing is actually in tandem to what I've been saying. Very Dark Man spoke about life, the essence of life. What is the essence of life? Longevity is not the essence of life. It's about the impact. Why? Because no matter how you try to preserve your life, as a matter of fact, you're dead in preserving your life. It is death to preserve your life. You're useless in trying to preserve your life. I'm telling you. So Very Dark Man opened up and exposed to people that the essence of life is in impact, because everyone definitely would die no matter how you try to preserve your life. And you know the funny thing, Nigerians are the only people that their living is worse than death. The life we live in Nigeria here is worse than the death in developed societies. That's why Nigerians go to developed society, go to other countries, and they accept being victimized rather than staying in Nigeria. Because the life we live here, we're like walking dead. Yet you see us struggling so much to preserve our lives. I don't understand. This is not hope. This is straight wickedness, and I'll make a different video on that note. This is wickedness. When it takes an evil man to continually stick to life. irrespective of the fact that his life is death. I'm telling you the truth. One of the things you really have to understand is that the reason Nigerians cling to life, irrespective of the fact that the life they are living is clearly death, that there is no life they are living, is that they truly want to pull people down. The hope that Nigerians have in clinging to life is not because there is hope or there is something at the end of the tunnel. No, it's because they really want to bring people down. That's one thing I'll talk about that in some other psychological class. That's why in Nigeria, because when you look at the life of a Nigerian, and you know the funny thing, the ones in Nigeria who suffer the most, the ones in Nigeria who their lives, when you look at their lives, you see that these people, the lives you've been living for ages is death. Like I always stated in my previous video, that Nigerians are like people that have been condemned to death. So all they are doing is feeding them. Oh, let me eat my last meal. I'll keep on feeding until when my oppressor finally decides to take my life. That's the life we live in Nigeria. We are not guaranteed of the future. We're not guaranteed of anything. In Nigeria, anything can just happen, and just like that, the person goes. The person goes. So why don't we come out and be like, okay, we know we're going to die. We know our life, the life we're living is not even worth calling a life. Why don't we fight for something? Even if we're going to die for it, at least let our children, let the generation after us live. Let's die so that the generation after us can live. That's the life, that's the mentality we should have. This is exactly what Very Dark Man said. And sincerely, I lean towards the guy, because this is exactly my mentality. And the truth is that if this guy wants to work with anyone, if he truly wants to work with me, I'll consider it a privilege, and I'll work with this guy. I'll resign from my job to work with this Very Dark Man. I'm telling you the truth. I would resign from my job. I'm a federal civil servant, but I'll resign from my job to work for this guy, because a great number of people don't understand what this guy is. This guy, if Very Dark Man dies today, if this guy dies today, this guy has immortalized himself for 1,000 generations. This is a laurel that even Nnamdi Azikiwe cannot boast of. This is a laurel that most people cannot boast of. But that's exactly what this guy is doing. And people think he doesn't know what he's doing. That's because you don't understand life. Those of us who are voracious readers and understand psychology, we understand that this guy wants to immortalize. In fact, he had immortalized himself. So what are we saying? Really? What are we saying?
All right, guys, subtle reminder, if you're yet to like this video, I kindly oblige you hit on the like button, because it helps the video do better. Because situations and issues like these are things that we need to bring out to the open to keep us on the know, at least to create awareness, so that most Nigerians who are indulging in this crime will know that the world is watching, and Ghanaian police or Ghana police, Ghana immigration, Ghanaians as a country and as a people are not joking. Like at this point, Ghana police, Ghana immigration, Ghanaians are not joking. Like they are serious on any criminal activity of Nigerians to arrest anyone being caught. Like you've rightly heard, they are definitely going to serve their jail terms, and they are definitely going to pay dearly for it, because he who goes by the sword will die by the sword, right? This is definitely what the law states, so that it will serve as a deterrent. And listening to my brother Kweku, who also poured out his anger and his annoyance, his grievance on this particular Nigerian, guys, believe you me, this man, to my greatest surprise, is in Ghana as a Nigerian, laying threats, so many allegations, accusations on Kweku and other Ghanaians. In fact, trying to shut Ghanaians up. Who does that? Who does that in another man's country? To know, I want to tell us is that, you see, why most of these kind of Nigerians behave and act this way is because they have come with these tactics, like manipulative tactics, that we are all Africans, so anything can pass, anything can go. We are supposed to be one. We are supposed to be brothers and sisters. We are supposed to be united. Wait, we're not supposed to be brothers and sisters. We're not supposed to be united when we are in the diaspora, when we are talking about the Western European British countries, right? Because we know how civil, how stringent, how rigid, and very, very keen the laws of these people are on us, right? If we go to their country and misbehave, then it will now be a thing, or it will now be a norm. If it's Africans, fellow Nigerian is undoing, unaliving, kidnapping, and killing his or her own fellow black brother, that is when we will see Nigerians opening their mouth to say, let love lead, African unity, peace and love, one love. One love when you are undoing your fellow human being. And when the people you are undoing as Ghanaians, South Africans, Kenyans, or other African countries react against your crime, your evil, you will begin to play the victim. You will begin to scream, we are supposed to be preaching love. We are supposed to be... See, the only way love can reign supreme is when you shun evil. When you can blatantly not sell your brother, not unalive your brother, not rob your brother, not deceive your brother, not betray your brother, nor your sister from any African country. You openly, wholeheartedly, you are sincere you are sincere, you are truthful, you are responsible, you are respectful to another man, to your fellow African, anywhere you go to as a Nigerian, makes that love stand. Imagine if there is no such crimes of Nigerians in all these countries. Imagine it. If there are no such crimes from Nigerians in all these countries, how this continent of Africa will be. When I see most of you people come out here and put the comment, you are bringing down your country, you're destroying your country. No, we should cover all these things. And if Nigerians are doing all this, I should cover it and say, oh, Nigerians are the best people. Nigerians are the nicest people. They are the smartest people. They are this, they are that. As though other African countries are not smart. They are not intelligent. They are not brilliant. They are not responsible. They are not good. Right? Who told us that? I should cover sin. I should cover evil to please you and displease myself and others who are the victims, right? So that I will look a better way, a certain way in your eyes. Foul. Foul. Count me out. Count me out. Imagine going to Ghana, stealing cars. And I hear that they even unalive the drivers and steal the car, go away with the car at the end of the day. What manner of evil can be quantified to this? They keep, just the way they behave back home here is the same thing they carry to display in Ghana, South Africa, everywhere they go. If they're not caught, scamming, they're not caught in Olosho, they're not caught, oh my God, they're not caught stealing, they are caught in one crime or the other, trying to destroy the reputation completely of the country and even the innocent ones. Sometimes you people sit down to ask, how do we feel as Nigerians, to identify as Nigerians? Do you people understand these things? Because you think it's all about the money, you want to get rich quick, get now, and every other person, every other thing should go to double hell. You think it's all about that. You don't know that there are people who value integrity more than any other thing. If you don't know, I am one person. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, permit me to bring to you according to the news. This is what we have here for today. Look at how the Ghanaian brother is reacting out of pain because they are frustrated, they are sick and tired. Before you see a person or people reacting in this way, you know that they've been pushed to the wall, they've been pushed to the extreme, and that's why they are reacting like this. You've heard from my brother Chimdi, the way and character of Nigerians. The ways and character of Nigerians. What more can I say? I'll wrap it up here and leave you to the rest. Share your thoughts in the comments. If you find it quite interesting, give this video a huge and a massive thumbs up. And most importantly, I will not stop standing for nothing but the truth. So if you like this place, this is where you want to be, smash on the subscription button. To stay subscribed, turn on the bell notification so that you always be notified. Exactly. And until then, keeping it really happy, safe, and blessed. I'll see you in my next one. Ciao, ciao.